I'm on one today. I'm gonna be on one today. We'll have to be on one today. And because I got absolutely, because I'm happy to do it, because this is YouTube Day. It's been a while since I did a stream here when it comes to this. Today I'm 39 today. I'm 39 as of this month. So I got everything to say, and I'm going to put it on the fight. And I'm just going to put it on it. I'm already saying this. It's the stream today is Endgame, and it's a long day away, but it's the time. And it's at a time of place as this is a time of place. It is now. This World Cup, I'm going to make the case for it. This World Cup is it's much needed. It is needed, and it has been needed for a long time, and it's time. It is time. The algorithms, the mainstream media from right to left, and all the politicians are all in common. They're all liars. They want us fighting each other for no damn reason but for politicians to take power and the algorithms to have full power of our voice and to strip it off of it, and really the mainstream media to let them to basically say whatever they want and desire. I'm saying this right now. That shit ends. That shit is ending. And I'm saying this for this discussion of woke and anti-woke. It's over. It's been over since Trump got elected, but it's over now. It's over now. Your end game is here. Your end game is here. The evidence is clear. U.S. men's national team isn't even close to being there. They aren't close to being there. They have failed the test last night, and I'll tell you why they failed the test last night. And even if they passed the test last night, they would fail it either on Portugal or Spain. So at the end, that's the point of it. There's a reason I've said and I wanted to say on Facebook for a while, it is semifinals or bust. And it is semifinals or bust. That's the point. The U.S. men's national team has made their catastrophic mistake of saying, "Oh, it's quarterfinals or bust." But I've said it, and I have seen the U.S. men's national team play since 1994, and for others, it's 1990. But mine is since 1994, and I've done this shit every 4 years without fail. It has been a long wait of one to say what I have to say, and I'm happy to say it. This is billions and billions and billions of dollars of corporate money on this freaking national squad. That what y'all saw was literally U12 or U8 and U12 soccer in front of the entire world. This is not just Sunday League. This is youth soccer. Under 8, under 12 soccer. That's mistakes. That's mistakes those teams make. U8 and U12 youth soccer, that is what we make mistakes here today. All the culture war shit on a lot of these issues from the sports and everything else, now I'm telling you right now, this stops now. The entire fan base all came to America and said what it was. We were a hospital. We were caring. They came to us and they had fun with us and we had fun with them. The algorithms said for what it was. The algorithms couldn't handle basically what they were sharing, the lies over the past of not just this World Cup, but the past 2 World Cups of Qatar and Russia. And then guess what? For Qatar, I was wrong. I was wrong for Qatar to say, hey, they were slaves they were putting up slaves to build their squad, their cup, the World Cups and everything. But at the end, that's the problem. I am living off what is basically lies by algorithms, for one, mainstream media on all the sides, from right to left, 2, and politicians that really couldn't hang and are literally gagging the dicks of FIFA every 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 4 years or more, and won't hold them accountable when we hold them accountable for Cold War shit. That's the point of it. That's the point of it. That's the point of social media. They're all cowards. Big tech, big government, all of them. They're all cowards. The big mainstream medias, all three, they all have in common. They're all cowards. All of them. All of them. They're all cowards. That is exactly what happens when you bullshit. When you try to bullshit every single fan base, not just us, not just Canada, not just Mexico, saying, oh, all three of us are unsafe. All three of the countries are unsafe. They're all gonna fail. This World Cup is gonna be a failure because all three are not safe. All three of them have shitty presidents and prime ministers and shit. It's over, bitch. It's over. Time for the algorithms to dig your grave. Time for the mainstream media from right to left to dig their graves. It's over. And that's both of y'all in this case. The politicians, be grateful because this year, next year, and 2028 will be your last final 3 years of that. You will at the end. Remember the same quote of line of "you will own nothing." Now it's gonna be flipped to all three of politicians of this and says this: you're finished. You're about to be reset too. You're done. And that's why I've said this title is Endgame. That is why I said it. This title is Endgame. Because at the end, from Christians, from the 700 Club, all the way to me and everyone else said for what it was. The entire thing, I said this and I will say this and I will die on this hill to say this. All the algorithms, all the mainstream media from right to left, and all the politicians are realizing what they are. They are all liars and bullshit artists. In all ways, all these three have in common, they want the American people fighting each other. All three of them want us fighting each other. And guess what? It is now Endgame for them. It is the start of Endgame. The culture war for both woke and anti-woke is over. You have been punished. You will be punished. Jeremy for the courting for the first hand, yeah, he's gonna get punished. And he will be punished. Because 2028 is reset day. It's reset year. It's time for the bills to be paid. Jeremy and all the anti-wokers haven't paid their bills, and so has the woke as well. The bills will now be paid. You will be endgamed. You will be reset, and you'll be thrown right back to where you were. The extremes are going to be right back to where you were. Back of the grid. Better yet, back to pre-qualifying. That's it. That's it. You are now on pre-qualifying. You are not on the front row thinking you're getting from number 1 to number 6 on the point system of Formula 1, the classic Formula 1. No, you will be right back where you should be. Back of the line, back of the grid. Eviscerated. Back to pre-qualifying where you belong. And the extremes are going to realize it heavy. The algorithms are going to have their biggest reset of their lives because it is what it is. The algorithms from Facebook, which is Meta, from Google, which deals with YouTube, and all others will have their reset. It will be a reset year in 2028, and I will buy it. I will put all of this on the line. This 2028, and I think after 2028 to 2030 and onwards, 2028 after the 2028 elections and everything else, this is reset year. This is a reset year. This is a well-deserved for the American people, a reset year. The 2020s have exposed what happens when you don't hold these pillars of, quote, institutions accountable. It is what happens when social media isn't held accountable. But it is also what happens when parents don't hold themselves accountable to solve it and beg the government to save them. And now all of them will have their reset. The World Cup has already proven that what the algorithm has done for this decade is all for what it was. Lies. All lies. And the payment is now being paid. There will be a payment to be paid. This is going to be a reset year in 2028. This is the preview. This World Cup year is the biggest preview of all. The entire fans have told us how much we are hospitality, how much they came through the United States. Some came through Louisiana and was asking questions of why FIFA didn't even deal with the Superdome, the Tiger Stadium, all of them. They are both used for different things. They are both for American football. That's the problem with it. That is the problem with the national team. But here's the thing. We use, really, U.S. Soccer Federation, in one case, for the women's squad, for our, quote, victory celebration, for the Superdome. That's the point. The difference between the U.S. Soccer Federation and FIFA is vast. The U.S. Soccer Federation allows the Superdome to be in that spot, but not FIFA. I'll tell you why. The standards for FIFA are bigger than the U.S. Soccer Federation. About damn time. It's time for the U.S. Soccer Federation to not step up to themselves, but to step up to FIFA, to have the very same standards as FIFA. That is the reason, in a lot of ways, why U.S. soccer is in the place that it's in. They have gotten exposed at this point, rightfully. You can, even if you dealt with Trump, with President Trump, to say, "Oh, this is fair. We need to rescind that card," it would have been rescinded under article, I think, one of the articles of FIFA. Trump at this point is rightfully exposed today. Rightfully. Along with our national team. Rightfully exposed. As well as Canada. As well as Mexico. All three of us have known what we are knowing now. We are all not there. We're not Brazil. We're not Argentina. We're not England. Guess what? England will likely make it to the semis before all of that shit. And if not, Europe should be grateful. Italy is all screaming mad when they didn't make the squad and they blame Africa and others. Guess what, Italy? Where you at now? At home, like you should be. Guess what Italy should be doing? Fix your national squad and fix your sport. Guess what they're all gonna watch? Not you. Not you in Serie A, not you in your national squad. They're watching Kimi Antonelli gonna win a Formula One World Championship, but not on your team. Not on Ferrari. Basically, Lewis Hamilton will likely win the world title in your car. In your F1 car before your Italian person to win a title in yours. Tifosi, be grateful. Be grateful. Lewis Hamilton will get a title before an Italian wins a title in your car. Be fucking grateful. Be grateful. You want to know why I'm not scared of the algorithms right now? Why I'm not scared of YouTube at this point? I don't have to be scared. That's the point. I know I'm gonna get a copyright strike. Do I care? I don't. I'm not scared because at the end, the biggest losers are gonna be YouTube and Meta or not even just yes, just Meta and Google, when it's going to be a reset anyway. The biggest losers will be Web 2 when Web 3 takes over for your pathetic asses. I said what I said. And it's not just the mainstream media that has realized what they were. It's also the sports media themselves. ESPN, there's a reason ESPN sucked. They've lost their TV rights years ago. There's a reason why Fox got exposed. Because they know what has happened. They have their biases for the national team for years. Lexi Lawless, be grateful you're not on ESPN, because you would be fired within 15 minutes here. That's the thing. It is a time of saying for what it is. And I said it for why, and I will say this for why. What happened last night against Belgium is an example of what happens when everything you have done for years and years is all for the saddest four letter words of all. The saddest four letter words of all. HYPE. All hype. No substance. The U.S. men's national team was all hype and substance for years. They got exposed in 98, rightfully. They got exposed in Russia, rightfully. They got exposed in even South Africa and Brazil. Yes, the go USA narrative. When we smoked Tunisia to get to the second round, knowing we are not even close. We wouldn't even be there. And I'm gonna tell you this: you might as well cover up a body, but the stench of a dead body is all smoking in my nose, and it pisses me off. This isn't a crime scene. This is the day that y'all get exposed, and rightfully so. What the men's national team did for all 90 minutes was literally for what it was. I would read through the entire highlights, and guess what? I would make the same assumption. This men's national team was a U8 and U12 squad. Sunday League U8, U12 squad. Congratulations. Congratulations. The United States, Mexico, and Canada all got smoked by the same points, by the same problems, on merit. The culture war is over. Hollywood is going to deal with the same consequences. Here's the truth. You are being now smoked out and destroyed on merit. This is not just woke. This is also anti-woke in Hollywood too. You are now being smoked out and literally wrecked out and left on the side by merit. Young people have chose. To me, I have said this even for Clownfish TV of the three generations. The three generations of anime and manga. Millennials and Gen Z, and even now, we can either swap it for Gen Alpha or even Gen X. But I'm going to add one more, and I'm going to have the biggest kiss of death. It'll be Gen Alpha. So Millennials, Gen Z, and Gen Alpha all said this: we do not want your slop. We all chose for this. We've chose manga at this point. I literally read through even at one point for Google search to find out what is happening in the South, in South Louisiana. Guess what they all have in common? They all swapped out in South Louisiana comics, which is Marvel and DC for manga. Some basically went out of business, and as they said, permanently closed. That's the point. It's Endgame. It's the end of the line. It's the end of the road. It is the end of the road that is needed, that is a much needed one for a long time. It's Endgame. It's Endgame for you bums. It's Endgame for the culture warriors. It's Endgame for the anti-wokers. It's the Endgame for the wokers. It's over. You have now been reset. Factory reset now. The U.S. Soccer Federation is now under factory reset. And the next year will be the women's turn. And the question is this. Can they survive what is going to be the other parts of the world if they make it to if they even qualify to step up to them? Here's the thing. The men's national team all beaten the weaker teams before. And they realized they were weak. It's the proof. It's the proof of it. We didn't even beat Morocco for a reason. We weren't even there. We weren't even deserved to be there. But the only reason we are there because we are the hosts. Along with Canada and Mexico. And all three of them got exposed in 3 different days. In the same round. Some cases the same round of 16. Good night. Good luck. Canada, I'm happy. You grateful you had a goal or something to that effect. Beautiful. Same as Mexico. Who would have realized you could hang with England? Not England basically exposed you on home soil. And the same as with us. Exposed on our own home soil as a U8, U12 team. Canada, I'm happy for you. You're not even you are about to birth. You're not, and I'm happy you're not there because you're not there. You have issues to deal with at home. Don't worry, it's outside. You have your own issues at home to deal with. Yeah, your 33 years of not having the cup, that hurts. That hurts. You know why? Hockey night in Canada is now under a paywall. So what's your consequence? All hockey, all professional hockey in Canada is now under a paywall. You want to know what you're in common with your brothers in England? All F1. Back in, I think, 2011, when it was announced that it was all under paywall, guess what? They're feeling the same pain. They were feeling the same pain as you when your entire hockey, your identity is in hockey of free and giving it to the people. Nope. You are now the same as Britain. You are now in the same as the UK. Both Formula One and professional hockey is now under a paywall. You will pay every last dime. And guess what? That is what we did. That is what they did. That is what you will do. That is what they've done. Formula One has been under a paywall for me from the very beginning. And the sad part of it is, in the NFL, we are one screw job of a politician away from that. Or one lobbyist away from that. That's the point. Hockey fans in Canada, you only have one option. Wave the pirate flag along with our countrymen and a country down below. We wave the pirate flag for the past several years. You have to join us because you are along with us. Mexico will have theirs too. Mexico, I can guarantee you, they've already going to be under a paywall. Better yet, Mexico has their own shit too. And that's not even the cartels part of it. That's not the story. The real story really is the squad of the men's national team is dealing with the fact that, yes, their leadership is out of control. They are dealing with what is likely a corporate bought takeover of Liga MX. Because you're dealing with the consequences of what happens when your national squads and your teams and everything of club and national team isn't held to account. This is what happens in our national squad when our national squads and our teams, club, or country isn't held to account. That's exactly what's happening, folks. The national team this last night is, as now I'm happy to say, we are now been held to account. Canada, along with Mexico, has now been held to account. Sepp Blatter giving the venue in 2022 to Qatar basically was giving you in 2026 a bone. Qatar was held to account, and so is Russia was held to account, along with us who didn't make qualification anyway. We are now all held to account. You have all been exposed. And the media knows it. The media has already knows it. It already knows it by now. From right to left, they have now been exposed. Politicians are going to be held to account for my state next year and this year. So this year, for whatever we're going to do for the House and Senate of the U.S. House and Senate for our state, because guess what? You're about to deal with the same problem in our state. You're dealing with a potential Louisiana governor that is really trying to save themselves, and they couldn't. You are seeing what happens when a party isn't held to account. Guess what? Just like the U.S. soccer last night has been held to account by a team that was, as others said online, was washed as fuck. The entire political apparatus of the GOP in the state of Louisiana will be held to account. And I'm saying this, it doesn't matter if it will be a recall election this year or going to be an election next year. They will be held to account. They basically give, in a lot of ways, the GOP basically an early lame duck gift. And the gift is given, and it is, you've been lame ducked. By the state of Louisiana next year, you will get lame ducked. Louisiana is basically is seeing what the rest of the United States is seeing, and even the national squads are seeing. It's a realization for what it was. At the end, the truth on all of the media, those social media algorithms will be laid to account. It will be laid to account because they're realizing they're scared. There's a reason why the politicians are trying to protect U16s, but it's not really protecting them. It's really putting us in control. But at the end, it won't be the entire internet. Web3 will be a standard. Web3, in this case, is going to be that standard. Because we cannot hold Facebook, which is Meta, and Google and them to account at this point. Big tech is basically really the overpowering force. They're basically the internet dictators. It's not about it is basically the dictators of the internet. If you're Amazon or Google or all of that, they are now dictators with no call and no vote to force a change. No call or no idea to force a wake-up call. But here's the good news. Web3 will be that opponent to fight back. Because big tech is buying the state and our country lock, stock, and barrel. And is trying to buy the politicians whole. And for Sony, guess what? Your Endgame is coming. So is Nintendo and Xbox. That Endgame is coming too. Because here's the news. Microsoft and Nintendo will follow Sony. I'm sorry. They're not gonna bullshit. They're not gonna lie. They're not gonna lie and say it's not gonna happen. They're not gonna follow Sony. They will follow Sony. But here's the good news: they will be socially and culturally bankrupt. Sony is now culturally and socially bankrupt. When a business that is outside of you are calling you out on your bullshit, here's the good news. They are seeing what they are looking at you for what you are, culturally and socially bankrupt. Sony, Nintendo, and Microsoft as a console manufacturer and console publisher and developers of all. And all of us are saying for what it is. They are all now culturally and socially bankrupt. There will be no option of return. For those that are saying this is chapter 11, no, this is the chapter of bankruptcy, of a cultural and social bankruptcy that is now, you've been liquidated. Your assets of it all, for all of the gaming industry, now been liquidated. And you will not hold on to this anymore. You're done. You're washed. Damian Priest is basically sent to the lesson for people, and that's the point of it. They're done. They're washed. It's over. They've been given a warning for a long time, but the time has finally come. It's over for these bums. It's over. It's over. And they know it is done. Ice. The biggest problems of it start there. The mainstream media is there. Right to left, it is what it is. And I'm going to use this line for all three of you. You're done. You're washed. It's over. I've been saying this at this point for a while, but when all three of y'all are unpopular in your bullshit and unpopular to the point where Mitch McConnell is in the hospital, I'm going to bet straight cash in front of the entire world. Mitch McConnell is dead. And the only reason it is not admitted right now is the GOP is trying to save themselves. But I can tell you right now, on an issue like this, on live TV, on camera, I'm gonna tell you right now, this man is dead. This man is dead on the way to the hospital, but they're not gonna release his body and everything else because the GOP is trying to save itself from an ass beating that in a secret meeting yesterday, they're telling everybody in the members, all saying it's coming, and it's not good. Yes. You want to know how much I say it's coming? You want to know what I'm gonna say? This is gonna be similar to what happened to the Tories in the UK a few years ago, after like a decade in power, and they got their absolute belt to ass moment. And this time, it is now the same, really, to the Labour Party. They are now in the case of it. The people are saying that Reform UK are the leading party, and the other three and the other two are basically similar for us. They are really the alternative voices in power as well. Labour and the Tories are being, at the end, getting their belt to ass. It's over. It's over. They have the GOP has messed with the American people's money and the cost of their lives. At this point, enough is enough. And I've said this. My problem, even for when I usually also watch Mises economics, and he was talking about his beef with cryptocurrency. I disagree with him on that because he's not following his basically his other means of it, that it is subjective. The value of cryptocurrency is subjective. The problem matter is its subjectation is yes. The economy is fake, and it's fake because of crypto. And when the bubble is popping for everything else, it is better for us because they're seeing it for what happens and what it was. Now, I'm saying this: crypto is subjective, but it's really a value base for me because we saw for our economy what it was. The economy and the fiat dollar is what it was. It is fraudulent. So it doesn't matter if crypto deserves to be having a bubble pop or not. The economy as it is a bubble, and it will burst. It is time for them to be exposed. The American people are telling automakers, stop making these trucks that are in the same price as a fucking Mercedes-Benz. It's over. No one wants this trash. No one wants this trash from GM, Ford, and Stellantis. They do not want this. That's why I'm watching the reports, and I'm thinking it's going to be a big wake up call. The problem matter is, as the president has been said for President Trump for this, it is all lip service. They're only serving lips and serving their lips to their voice and their mouth of saying, not fucking doing. His only way of solving a problem that the American people actually want, really, is lip service. It ain't mean worth shit. Okay? We're going to see in a lot of ways, the American people are screaming, we don't want your trash cars. We want K vehicles. That's the point. That is the example. The free market has said for what it is. We do not want this shit. I have said what I've said for this point. It is, I haven't had to know this is on chat, and this hasn't been on chat, but I didn't know this on, but I said it for what it was. It is about damn time I said it for what it was. The US, Mexico, and Canada World Cup, to me, is come at the best time of all. Because the algorithms, the mainstream news, corporate media from right to left, and the politicians have now been exposed. And all the national teams and are now saying online for what they are. They are all liars. Goodbye.